Hello, this is the Red Love 1 Healer Tarot 9 here on YouTube. This is a video storyline reading for Miss Julia Hudson. The one that follows will be a reading as far as Miss Julia Hudson's sister. So I'm led to do these two readings because the last one I did on Miss Julia Hudson was some months ago. I would have to look back at my page to see, at my channel. I'm led to, God told me to. I talked to God upstairs. God says yes, so it's for her to hear something else God wants her to hear, because God says it's time for an apology and it must come from Miss Hudson, okay? So as far as her sister, I guess an apology gonna have to come from her also. So let's just see. So we're gonna start off with who first? First, her sister. Okay, this is Miss Julia Hudson's sister. This one right here, and then I'm gonna follow it up with a video as far as Miss Julia Hudson herself, and it's all revolving the incarceration of Mr. William Balfour, his name is. So this would be her ex-husband. As said, they got incarcerated for the death of her family members, her son and her mother and her brother. Did she tell the truth? Did she do any lying on the stand or to the cops or to whoever? Was she truthful? Was she not? But God gonna bring it out on the table. But if God bring out apology cards, it's time for you to do some apologizing too and make things right. Okay, so let's just see. Let's see. Since your family was murdered, these cards I have to use the abuse cards and the cards that are for trafficking, murder. Being hurt deep down to the soul. I looked at a Oprah show back then, more than one Oprah show back then, Miss Julia Hudson, and Oprah doing an interview with her. Then Oprah did another interview with her. It's like Oprah wanted her to have some feelings about what happened to her family. And then it was another show where Oprah was talking to her. Then it was another show where it was Miss Julia Hudson, her sister, and Oprah. So Oprah was kind of stone-faced, because Oprah Aquarius sign, I heard, and I'm Aquarius sign too. So sometimes we don't get in our emotions, so it seems like we don't care about the subject, but we do, right? We just kind of let you work it out yourself, whatever it may be, right? And just be there if you reach out and say you need help. Get what I'm saying? Because she was stone-faced. I'm talking about Oprah. She wasn't putting no emotion in. She was like pushing the knife in and twisting it, seemed like, to get some kind of reaction out of Miss Julia Hudson. She wanted her to react and show some kind of remorse, some kind of hurt, some kind of pain, or whatever she wanted her to show. Emotions. Right? So she was acting a certain kind of way, Miss Hudson. And then when she was on with her sister that time, I looked at both of them, and Miss Hudson was crying worse than her sister. And I feel her sister should have been crying worse, because her son was the one who was murdered. Her son and her mother and her brother. And she wasn't crying at all, looked like. Just sitting there. And when she talked out to the news, out to the public, or whoever she was talking to, during a press conference, the sister wasn't crying or anything. She just said whoever had her son to bring him home or something like that. She wasn't crying. She should have been bawling her eyes out. You got some stranger out there with your child and you not bawling your eyes out. You should have been crying and bawling your eyes totally out to get your baby back, because he was considered a baby if he was 7 or whatever age I heard he was. 7, I think. You should have been bawling your eyes totally out. It was no wrong for you to have a dry eye when your baby out there was some monster who murdered your mother and your brother. So you might have already been prepared already, because you didn't have no kind of reaction like you should have. When you reach out to the public, if you got a missing child, you don't be dry-eyed. You're supposed to really put some emotion in, because you want whoever to bring your child back, or whoever out there who knows something to tell you something. So it just seemed a certain way to me with the interviews they did and how they was acting, period. But then I did that storyline as far as Miss Hudson and Mr. Balfour, if I'm saying it correctly, back then, and it really is not showing that he's guilty, right? So let's just see. This is for his ex-wife, because that's what she was at the time, right? Ex-wife. So universe, was she lying as far as Mr. Balfour, the ex-wife? You know her. Or Miss Jennifer Hudson, the sister of her, the mother of the little boy, the 7-year-old. You know her. You know all about her. You know all about her. Was she lying? Did she lie? Because Mr. Balfour said in an interview online that she lied. He knew nothing about what she is talking about. So was she lying on him? Was this part of a bigger plan to just get rid of him because she is mad with him or jealous or whatever this was? Or was it really true that he was jealous? Thank you, Lord, in advance for the storyline. As far as her name is Julia, right? Julia, if I'm saying it right. I don't want to say Julia though, because I don't know her. Miss Hudson's sister. Let's just keep it that way. Bring out the storyline as far as her at that time, Prayed Universe. Did she know about this cruel travesty, this terrible thing that happened? Did she know already it was about to happen? Was she told after it happened, however? However this going. Thank you, Lord, in advance. So what you're going to hear is me make noise, because I'm going to wiggle the cards. Bear with me. Okay. Okay, so we had these jumping out hard. Look at that one that's running. So we have the card, the first card I saw. I mixed it up. I don't see it right now. That she was going to be that runner and put her everything in to be that runner. So she was at work, so that means she was that runner. She was at work, right? Or she was distancing herself away from what she knew was going to happen. What was going to happen. Let's just go a little bit. God says, who are you really? Julia, that's your name. I don't want to say Miss Hudson's sister the whole time. Your name is Julia. Or I could just say ex-wife. I can call you that. Or Julian's mother. His name Julian, right? The baby. You wanted to change, but you worried about others. So at that time, you was worried about what your sister was going to say. Miss Hudson. You wanted to change, but you was worrying about what she was going to say. So some kind of way you went along with whatever she said, because the first card said you was going to be that runner. You was trying to escape, as far as just be at work or just be far away, or just don't think about something, anything like that. Because right here, somebody was slipping and sliding and gliding to get to you or get to your family. Let's just see. see. So it said the family know, the community know, a company know, your job know, a group of people or two people or whoever, somebody know, more than one person, what was going on. But can you really cope with that? You might have felt like you was the brown rabbit, or Mr. William was the brown rabbit and he wanted to prevail, or you felt like you was the brown rabbit and you wanted to prevail. That means you feel like you're in the middle and you want to get to the top, you want to get above, or you want to win. So the story was flimsy. Your family went through torment. Okay, so you was dealing with somebody who was hateful and it was in their genetics. So if you're saying that Mr. William was hateful and it was in his genetics, because that's how it appeared to be to the jury, that he was a hateful person, it was in his genetics, he was a bad person or anything like that. He wanted you to instill a little tenderness, but you no longer wanted to water things down. So when the cops asked you whatever, or anybody on the jury, you said you were sure. I'm sure. We got a number 9 here, could stand for anything. Okay? So we had this one. Something could have happened on a Thursday or a Sunday. God said cry sometimes. It was good for your heart. Okay, you decided you was going to wash your hands on an African American, and that was Mr. Balfour. But you need to do things in decency, because you might have thought it was laughable, acting like it was love, because you wanted him to pay for his actions, right? So you was going to take an action. They back to back the action cards, and go somewhere where you think you thought it was good. And I'm going to put this with court, even though that's not a court card. Or we can make this your job. You're going to take an action and go to your job, if not court. Okay? So he is running up your peace, you felt like, or running up your bills, and you wanted him to get out now. Or we have let's leave it there. So you was tangled up with some G's, and that would be the law enforcement, the court system, or people in your family, in your household, right? You wanted to get out, bills was being ran up, or we dealing with the court or the police station. You was looking at the positives in Mr. Balfour. He had a checkered past. You was the common denominator. If things change, the identity changed with you and your person, him, your ex, it won't work. So if one of you go trans, go gay, or just clash, it wasn't going to work anymore. Okay? So you was trying your best to escape the situation. So we got 2 escape cards for you trying to escape, because you really wanted to express, right? So something was extraordinary and you wanted to send it back to the sender. Okay, so we have, let's just say for you, you decided you was going to wash your hands on an African American, and that would be Mr. Balfour, because you wanted to soar for wealth. You decided you weren't going to settle for less, because maybe he had cheating ways. So we got a card that was a bad card that came your way. Everybody in it was bad news. You made a gesture, or somebody made it to you, but you didn't want to deal with the buffoonery. Somebody was crying out Or you was crying out, torture me now. Something was seeping through. So somebody was searching for you, or you were searching for your mother or your family because it was a meeting place. Somebody had on a certain kind of clothing. Somebody who was sadistic, needed to do some kind of, need some soul support. You was being deceived though of somebody of service, because you was going to put your all in and be that runner. Put everything in. Because you was going to get chummy with a support group, support team, because you was living a plantation way of living. Life was falling apart. So maybe you was going to be going to counseling, you was dealing with the law, court, or whatever this is, or bereavement, or whatever, right? Or just your job. You didn't have something, love, money, food, clothing, or shelter, something you needed, okay? You see it now that somebody had backhill ways of thinking, and that would be racist or just don't want to change up things. So you was motivated because you felt like you were strong. So somebody's name was going to be on letterhead, guilty as charged, right? So it was going to be talking in your surroundings or this person. So it was life altering because you didn't want to do it again. So it was time for you to act. You promised yourself you was going to act on somebody toward you. So you decided to beat him at his own game. And you rose to the occasion to beat him at his own game. So it was a carbon copy. It was an F show. So you wanted justice for sure against somebody who don't look like you. So you didn't want to be hidden while your ex shined. Follow me? Okay. So we have you as in the wonderland of the lost souls, or somebody you was connected to. You was connected to whoever these people are. They sinful, devilish, street, whatever's going on with these people. Wanted you to do something to disrespect yourself. So, okay. So, you went with whatever they said because, alright, you wanted for revenge. So you went along with it. Because you did a preview and you saw you was on a battleground. So somebody did something to you. Strike that. Somebody worked hard in their actions to show that they didn't care about you. So you pinpointed it and you complained. So you was wondering if you could trust a man, so it would be your ex, I guess. Okay. Bear with me. This next card is, do not force your ways on me. So you didn't want your ex to force his ways on you, or can I come up without you leaving me? So somebody could be gay, if not that, somebody want to tell the other something, but you don't want the person to leave you or be upset or whatever. Because somebody needed to filter their ways with you, because you are uniquers. So you and Miss Hudson are uniquers. Both of you are the same. You are two females and you are sister siblings. Or if we're talking about Mr. William, you were man and wife, right? So you're sustaining yourself at a shelter. So you're sustaining yourself at wherever your job was, because that was not your home, or at court, or wherever you was. Nesting, You want what you signed up for. A good husband or whatever. This is the universe, you know about it. Okay, you wanted him to change, or he wanted you to change in some way. So you got an epiphany, being jovial. So you got some information dealing with a resource. As far as if it's not court some kind of way, as far as a job, if not a job, counseling or whatever it was, or something as far as maybe getting a divorce or whatever that is for some agency, some place. You wanted tenderness and sensitivity. Okay, let's just go. Bear with me. It's horrifying because you're trying to distinguish something. Whatever it may be. You was expecting nothing less than the best, and you was going to spell it out to Mr. William, or to your sister, or whoever. Okay? A leader stole from you, or you stole from a leader. Right? You educated, but God didn't want you to be a fool because you're just dealing with a jackal. Or you can turn it around, okay? Okay, let's just put this down here. Bear with me. So universe, did Miss Hudson's sister, her name Julia, right? Did she willingly lie on her ex-husband because she's mad that he was talking to somebody else? Because his mother said that he had 2 girlfriends or whatever. So was it the other way around? That she was mad because he was talking to somebody else, not he was mad, she was mad. I'm trying to find out for sure that she what all she knows about the situation. Because it don't really look like she's innocent. Not to me anyway. Not in me, just in my thinking. You know how somebody go along to get along? That's what it seemed like with her. And seemed like Miss Hudson seemed like she is kind of controlling. Seemed kind of controlling. Listening to how she talk, so she might can control the other one somewhat, but then the sister might be controlling too. Both of them, maybe. Okay. Where one of them was going to plunge in and take that shot, or somebody plunged in and take that shot, whoever it was. Okay, was going to spectate and challenge it. Father. Okay. Can we be friends? No. Okay, what's the cost of a life? So right here, you decided that you and your ex-husband couldn't be friends. You're just going to plunge in and take your shot and challenge it and spectate. You saw that and you thought that you and your ex could not be friends any longer. We cannot really be friends. So what you did was cheapen his life. What is the cost of a life? You cheapened his life and made it worth 0. Because right here it says that you stole from a leader, or a leader stole from you. So if he was a husband, ex-husband or whatever, he was a leader of your family at one point. And if you help put him behind bars and he don't supposed to be there, you stole his life, his freedom. So we can take this another way too. So some kind of way. Somebody stole from you. A leader, whoever the leader is. A boss or whoever the leader is. Or you stole from the person. Take it however it goes. Okay? Okay. I'm going to get up for a minute. You want to just hear me go up the steps up. I'll be right back. Stay with me. I'm hearing Jill Scott. Living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. I'm getting my freedom. Dang, I just heard that when I was digging. I'm living my life like it's golden. I'm getting my freedom. So you felt like you living your life, you're going to live your life like it's golden from there on, and you're just going to be getting your freedom. So if he get put in jail, you feel like you're getting your freedom? That's not the way for you to get your freedom. Just get a divorce and just go head on somewhere. Okay? So here we got a card right behind it. Going to be a preliminary hearing about false property. Okay, here we got the loss of a loved one card. So loss of a loved one is hard. You had like 3 loved ones, so letting go was hard. So we got 2 money cards sitting here. Yours penny pension, and it was real. So we have right here that somebody was offering you some money, pricing something as far as money, anything as far as pricing and giving you something for money. So we have a man who take pills. So I don't know if at the time Mr. William take pills or what. I just don't know. Follow me? So we do have a jail card. So Mr. William is in jail. He was in his dream house and he went to jail. We got 432, 35, 13. Okay, it was a mastermind that created a shockwave for you, but for Mr. William, right? Never again will you get the gift of your family, but you felt like never again will Mr. William get his freedom because you justified something lately, right? At that time, because we talking about back then. Unless you hear me say something now, I'm focusing on them, because you saw it clear as possible. Here we go again with it. Maybe that he's taking pills right here with this card. You might have asked you something. You might have said, well, what? What's his name? William, right? So you want to free yourself as far as talking, or just be free, period. And you're just going to face this situation. So, unfortunately, he was dealing with you, or she be a woman in charge, a go-getter, a woman about business. So, or you was dealing with Miss Hudson, your sister, and she was that way. You decided you weren't going to waste your time with him because he wanted you to desire him, or you wanted that, however it's going. You was pinching the surface of a thing wherever you lived at that time. So we have right here that you was going to be that lion and go straight for him, right? So we got, you was married to him, so this is a marriage ring card. So you did have a ring from him because you was a married couple. So you do own a ring that he gave you because it's a ring card, right? So we have, he might have called you some kind of way at that time period to come over, or you called him, or however it's going. Okay. When you start to feel the real you is going to come out. But you need to move away from anything that annoyed you in a situation. So you might have felt like he annoyed you if he was on pills at the time, or you was just tired of him or whatever. So we got this card here. Where is it? I'm trying to end it. I don't know what you want to do with this one. Let's see what. Let's see the office card. So you went to an office. What kind of way you're going to our office? So either to get a divorce, or if not that, to I guess court, your counseling, or whatever you're going through, or just your job in general. Unless you was taking pills. No, but it don't say you taking pills. That's a man card. One more. Okay, in here. I'll say in here. Let's just flow in reverse. Because I'm trying to see as far as the mother of our baby. You know about it. You know every character. I'm hearing script. You know every character. Okay, I just saw it. Easy. So you looked at him as easy. Because he is a lone wolf. You know how lone wolves are. Lone wolves could be somebody where they left out, they pushed to the side, they being bullied or whatever could be happening with them alone with, or they're alone or whatever. Okay. Okay, let's just let's just see. Okay, something was premeditated. Okay, let's just go. You needed to be a realist because something was premeditated, or he needed to be a realist. So he was a blessing. Oh, it's like that. Like that. That's the wrong card. Okay, somebody was adopted. You, him, or somebody. Right? Let's just flow a little bit. Okay. You fought somebody who didn't look like you, so you fought either Mr. William. You don't have to be physical, it can be mentally, verbally, financially, however. Somebody who wasn't valuing you, you felt like he wasn't valuing you. Okay. So, evidence shows you was going to keep picking yourself off of the ground or the floor if you didn't break up or get away or whatever, anything like that. Just end the marriage. So gradually a court date was coming up. So let's just put on the universe, you know about it. Whoa. So we have you was gonna be being put on trial. He felt like you got a nerve putting him on trial or getting on the stand talking against him, or he might have been asking you questions and you felt like he got a nerve questioning you down or anything like that. You walked away or he walked away, doing some kind of thinking about things. Okay, let's just see. You know all about it. You know all about it, universe. Hopefully this will be the last batch. For Miss Julia, her name Julia Hudson. Okay, let's just see. It was dealing with some kind of resource or agency that feel they own the earth. Any agency. It could be your job, it could be the court, it could be the cops, the police station, or whatever place it is. There's some place though. Okay? They got some kind of control, but God said you better take the reins and run with it and be the God in you. Because God told you to change yourself to a new version of the self, right? Because we have with this right here. So if this Mr. William needed you to feed him, so and he might have been getting angry. So maybe the feeding only could be what's in back of this card. I would actually lift up the camera and let you see these cards to see what it is. What's coming in the back. So feed him would be the romance, because it says some sex, right? I'm gonna just show you. I don't have my right clothes on. I don't like to get on camera when I don't have the right clothing on. No, I'm not going to lift it up. I don't have my right clothes on. But anyway, this one here says that throwing things against the wall. He needs you to feed him. Right? He getting upset some kind of way right here. So the next card says cabinet. Like, this simply means some sex, right? That's what this card's saying, right? What's in my hand. So the feeding him would mean the romance. Get my drift, right? He ain't had romance in a long time from you, his ex-wife, if that's what you were at the time. Next card, God got it right in order. You gotta find other ways to pleasure yourself, but he gotta find other ways to pleasure himself. Get what the card's saying, right? You must stay on your path, right? So if you must stay on your path, if you're a God person. So you tell me you're a God person too? Oh my goodness. Miss Hudson, she won and you won too. Let's just flow a little bit. We got a Tuesday or whatever day of the week. It don't have to be Tuesday. It could be any day of the week. He's going to come for you. Or you're just going to go meet him some kind of way. You can call somebody if you want. Because you felt like you were scared as far as the situation. Okay. So we have youth don't last for so long. You need exercise. So you felt like he was bullying you. Follow me? So it's intense madness. You wanted him to bring in emotional love you needed, or he wanted that from you. So this is a counseling card. So some kind of way you're just going to need some counseling, you two together, or you need to go see a lawyer. So we got the lighthouse that's coming behind it, and the lighthouse is church, hospital, rehabilitation, drug treatment, or Alcoholics Anonymous. One of you needed to go to. Follow me? So he was following you. To gain is to lose what needed to go. Okay? So no more bowing down to him. You felt like you was being treated like an animal, and that would just mean just being controlled. So he is blaming things on he was adopted. That's why he was a monster. Follow me? Your thoughts counted, you feel. Well, I want to say no to being molded. So let's just go. Okay, let's just see. I did hear that when I was digging in my basket. I'm getting my freedom. Living your life like it's golden. You're just going to be living your life like it's golden. You're just getting your freedom. So let's just flow here. Okay, so we have right here that he wanted you to chew on it. Chew on it. You know what that means. Chew on it mean think about it. You said you heard it before, because he needed to value you, right? It was wake up time. So it's a secret some kind of way. You know or he know about you. Follow me? Or the secret in general, right? You seen something on a weekend, or he saw something on a weekend as far as you. Okay, he your ex, right? It was going to be consequences if you left your ex or if you didn't, right? Okay, if it was done to you, would you like that? You saying to him, or he said to you. You wasn't no better than him, or he felt you wasn't no better than him. So one of you might eat a certain kind of way, or somebody talk to you about eating a certain way, or somebody talk to him about eating a certain way. It don't have to be vegan, but healthier. So we have right here, this is a HIV card, but I can turn it around to a regular disease card or a racist card. They got to be one of them, though, right? If it's not the HIV, so some kind of way. He might have got some kind of disease or something like that. Or some kind of way you was dealing with somebody with racism. Or he was dealing with somebody with racism. Or anything like that. On a weekend or something. Okay, the problem was you was too nice. Did you even want help? So you needed to yield for a second on him. Okay, let's just go. We got to push a money card. That's a bad card. So somebody was wearing a certain kind of clothing, wearing revealing clothes, certain kind of clothes. If you knew the person, should you tell? So if you knew something, if you saw somebody, should you tell on a person or him? Revealing clothes, certain kind of clothes, because the person did something, right? Continue consideration for the masses. You're just going to have consideration for the masses. Somebody was down on somebody because he was copping. Either you was down on him because he was copping, or somebody else was down on him or you because of the copping. Honestly. Next one is, you're dealing with a pusher of money. A pusher of money is a person that do anything for money. They'll kill their own mother. They'll kill the whole family. They'll kill a newborn baby. That's how much they love money. Right? So, somebody wasn't going to postpone an active action, the person or you. Okay? So, something happened between 9 o'clock a.m., 9:30 p.m. Okay, you're a pioneer, but you was being chipped away at. Except for not you, Mr. William. Okay. Mr. William. Let's go with him. Mr. William was broken off like a twig on a tree. Well, your family was. I gotta see which way this going. So we got somebody in a car, talking to somebody in a car. Let's just look on me. We got number 5, God's number of grace here. We got number 14, number 41. We got somebody went to the hospital and said, thank you, you did, or Mr. Williams, however it's going. Because somebody was trying to get along. They're seeking help for a rape. If not a rape, they're seeking help because they're stolen from, or seeking help because, or you are seeking help because your family was murdered up here, or whatever this is. So you might think go to the hospital. We can call this, if this goes with your family being murdered, we can say that we can change the rape to theft, and we can change the hospital to 911. Okay? And the twig on the tree is the we can make that a murder card in here. Okay? You calling 911, the hospital, for help because you seeking help for your family's life being stolen, broken off like a twig on a tree. We can take it that way. If it go that way, if it don't, take it the other way. So we have you is in pain, Mr. Williams was in pain, or your family was in pain. Okay, so let's see this card. Someone was a genius and don't even know it. So Mr. Williams, a genius, and he don't know it, or you don't know it, or you're a genius, or somebody's a genius. Okay, whoa, shucks. So, he wanted a peace treaty with you for checkmate. So, you was going to create your miracle wisely, build something for yourself. Dig deep and ask yourself why you settle for less, why you settle for him. You want to build your future, build something different, change up your life and do something different with your life. Okay, so it could be where you, the twig on the tree could be where you divorced him, broke up with him, or anything like that. If it's you and Mr. William. Okay, so we can have the pusher of money, could be drug dealer people, right, who want money, so we can take that way too. So this is for Miss Hudson, Julia, that one there, the baby's mother and her ex, because that's what that focused on. So when the 911 call happened, you said that somebody killed your mother, hurt your mother, or whatever you said. You said somebody. You didn't say Mr. Williams. So if you already knew Mr. William did it, you supposed to have said Mr. William if you was definitely sure, but you didn't say that. You said somebody. So let's just see a little bit more for you, and I'm just going to let it go for you. I'm going to go to Miss Hudson again. So with this storyline back then, you wanted him to validate you. Somebody with gay since their childhood, you or him. Okay. You was trying to find your uniqueness because he was power played. Tendencies for sure. He did or you did. You was anxious, start spinning in your mind. So you was acting a little testy with him. You felt it was your prerogative. So you was trying to figure things out, working hard on, because you was trying to seek revenge, posing what he was posing as. He wasn't what you was. Being mouthy, what are you going to do about it? So you worked hard on something on a Wednesday or a Friday, or he did. Okay, let's just see. Okay, you know what you know about it. Might have been some fussing outside by the park, by greenery outside, or by house plants. You were a beautiful dreamer, but you didn't want to put up with his crap any longer. So you wanted to work on your problems, but not there because you felt like he was there and you felt like he was vengeful. So you felt like he was a score loser and you got distant from him because something went too far and you just wanted peace with him. So you was on the battlefield with him and you felt like he wanted you to be submissive. So he wanted to saddle you down at the fortress, you felt like. So you wanted to supersize, or he wanted to supersize with a Kingston. That's a drug dealer card though, but it could go with anybody who wanted to be large and in charge. So he was letting off everything in him, some kind of way. Let's see, you know what you know about it. Okay, I'm going to finish this now. Okay, I hear finish him. It's making me think of finish him. Finish him is from Mortal Kombat. When you're going to be done with somebody. So if you got him put in jail and he really don't supposed to be there, you wanted to finish him. Because tension-filled times was happening, a mirage in your mind. Okay? You didn't want to sugarcoat things. Because he might want to stitch things, so you did something strategic. Okay, so let's just see. I'm trying to. Because he said that he didn't say that to you. You was talking about it on a witness stand, or whoever you were saying it to, that he said certain things to you and he said he never said it. So he felt like he loved you, but you had fake love for him. Okay. You was battling, and it was time for you to see. You felt like you was battling with him. Okay, so maybe can I feel my God's mission being gay? So one of you are. He might have asked you might have asked him, was he that way, anything like that. Still can do God's mission though. So here it is again, doing God's mission without lovemaking, because you enjoy other men. So you felt like he enjoyed other men romantically, or he enjoyed other men as far as just hanging out with guys all the time, or he felt like you enjoyed other men. That means you was being with other men other than him, or however it's flowing. Okay, let's just see. Okay, so that's a place where you eat at. You might have went somewhere to eat, or he was went somewhere to eat, a restaurant or whatever this is, or at work some kind of way. Education and jobs. You wanted fairness, or he wanted fairness. So I'm trying to end it. Okay, this one right here. You want to fulfill your copyright, whether to you or him. He wanted full range submission out of you, docile. Okay, let's just see. You was going to revamp and do things all day, all night. Change things up as far as work, or him, as far as work. So it could be where we got a boss down here with education, a boss that's not doing right and treating him right at work, or you, take it however, who feeling their time abusing at work. So we can take it another way if that's how it goes. You was isolated for a coping mechanism, or him. So it's a death, the death of anything that does not serve you. You gotta let it go. So if he had to quit a job, he had to quit a job back then, it had to be done. Or the death of your family, or the end to him as far as you putting him in jail where you don't have to deal with him no more. Whatever this is, what the death is, a relationship or anything that kills your hopes and emotions. You had to let it go, or him. So here's wondering who was proud of you and you was proud of yourself. So you was hope struck for how far will you go, God said, right? Because you weren't going to let your emotions stop you from going to a place you felt you needed to go to. Because you had tendencies. Or he had tendencies. You need to cover your genitals though. Doing something at nighttime. And your feelings, or he was in his feelings. So there was a bunch of willing liars that took him as a joke, or you felt was taking you as a joke, lying. You had a false imprisonment. So I'm trying to end this. Okay, you or him, one of you needed to stop tearing the other one emotions down and filter your ways. So it seemed like you just had some kind of problems among each other as far as like relationship or whatever. That's what it really seemed like. It's focusing on a whole lot. It don't really seem like he real terrible. I mean, not going off of the storylines I'm giving, because I got storylines come out, they could be really terrible when it shows it, but it's not looking like he's the worst person in the world as a partner. Not in these storylines. And I got all kind of cards. So let's just see what this one's got. Okay. So this is the last one for you. So I'm just trying to see where you stand with this, because I feel like you know more than what you are showing. You know what I'm saying. You should have been really crying your eyes out when that reporting to get your child back. You shouldn't have been so calm and cool, collected. Ain't no way you should have been like that. Somebody just murdered with your family members and you sitting quiet like that. No, I'm supposed to be like that. That was something wrong with that. That was something wrong with that picture in my eyesight. I'm just saying my eyesight. I'm not saying nobody else, but my eyesight. Something was wrong with that picture. Trying to weather things out with your person. Being court. Okay, this is for you know all about it. I'm trying to end this stuff. I'm trying to end it a little bit more. Okay. We need a little bit more. Okay, I'm just going to see what this is, and I'm going to end this one for Miss Julia Hudson, her baby's mother, 7-year-old mother, because God gave me both of you today. I was thinking about you yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it early today? Your ex need to stay in the past, and you put him in the past, but God was saying he had to stay in the past, but you wanted him in the past too, but you wanted to drop your burdens, because he said he didn't tell you what you said, because you was trying to weather things out with him, your person, follow me? he was considered your person, your ex. Okay? Okay, so you need to stop running from things because something came from your childhood or him. So something, you needed a Jesus double marker. But he needed a Jesus double marker because he got put in jail for something he said he didn't do. So he need a Jesus double marker. This is impossible. That's an impossible card. That's like you get thrown out of the airplane with no parachute. You know you out for the count. Just like you get buried alive and nobody's around to dig you right back out. This is a double miracle card. This is impossible. So he got put in jail where everybody was against him and made impossible where it looked like it was him if it wasn't him. He said he innocent. And as far as my storyline I did the other some months back or whenever, it seemed like I feel like he is, because I don't really see where he did it. Right? It didn't help if you lied on the stand about him, though. That don't help none, because he's saying that he didn't say whatever you said, the threats you said he said. So we here right here. So we got, you want to get to the Milky Way. You want to get to the Milky Way, or Miss Hudson, your sister, right? Because that's the Milky Way card, and that's a female on it. Court is in session. Yes, court is in session, right? So you made it impossible with your sister right here, and court was in session. Right? For him, it was wake up time to continue your life. You felt like you, right? You said, so what? You gonna cover that emotion that he innocent. You didn't really care, or she didn't, because you want to get to the Milky Way, and she did. So dealing with a familiar place, I guess the area where you live, or your house, or the courthouse, or some job, or whatever that is, right? Something on your skin, her skin, or his skin. Had deep feelings inside. So either he had seeing things in slow motion with watery eyes, or you did, or Miss Hudson, if she was there at that time period, right? Because it say court in session, court was in session, right? Okay, working with seniors was your path. God said the healthcare industry. Is you an earth angel person too? But you're not on the right tracks. You ain't on the right track. If you put him in jail and you know that he didn't do it, you're not on the right track. Along with Miss Hudson. Neither one of you on the right track. Okay? On the right path, right? Sensitiveness and softness. You want it out of him, but he wanted it out of you. And that's a sure thing. But it was seed time for you and Miss Hudson. So you're going to take from your main flow to go there, to arrive there, to wherever this court hearing was, you weren't going to take. Or to go as far as seed time, to go to some place, wherever you was going to go at. Right? You and your sister. Here, the angel card coming out. God bringing the angel card out again. Oh my goodness. God brought it out in the one I did some months ago. You got to look back at the one that said Jennifer Hudson and William Balfour, right? Here the angel, God bringing this angel out. It's the bottom card. It's the last card. If you look at my storyline back then, I think the angel card was third from the last card, or whatever it was when I was putting it down. If it wasn't the last card, third or second from the last. Here God bringing the angel out again. So we got the angel. And the angel at that time, back then, would have been Miss Hudson. But Miss Hudson supposed to have been out of town, not at her mother's door at the time. Because this an angel card, this an angel at the door. So if the angel at the door, it's just like God telling me an angel coming to my door. That means somebody coming to my house. But whoever coming, they coming to help me. They coming to serve me. They coming to give me something God got for me. Get what I'm saying? That's what this card means. This card came out some months back or whenever, that it was an angel at the door. And it's coming out again in your storyline. So let's just flow a little bit. Okay. It was time for you to be the conqueror. Because wearing certain kind of clothes exaggerated things, but it don't excuse somebody's behavior. So somebody had on certain kind of clothes, whoever it was. officer, judge, or whoever this is, I don't know. Somebody, whoever it is, had certain kind of clothes on, whatever they had on. Uniform, some kind of uniform or whatever they had on. Or you had it on. I don't know who had it on. Somebody, right? It don't excuse somebody's behavior, right? So if we got a cop, it don't excuse his behavior because he a cop, that he disrespecting you because he got on that uniform. I'm just using it for an example because I don't know who it was, right? And the person was going to be the conqueror because he had on that uniform and he felt he can do what he wanted to do to you, right? Or you had on certain kind of clothes, but it don't excuse your behavior because you was going to be the conqueror at that point and go against your ex-husband because you was going to focus on your journey, right? Because you was going to be okay with your looks and know that you was beautiful, but you didn't control the outcome or what was going to happen, right? You felt like, right? Or you was going to control the outcome because if you lied and didn't tell the truth on the stand as far as Mr. Balfour, you did control the outcome. Because when you're a witness and you get on the stand, you're supposed to tell the truth. They tell people that all the time. I don't know why so many people get on the stand and steady lie and don't get in trouble for it. Because people get on the stand and lie left and right and they don't get in trouble for it. They lie left and right. So this card, I got to turn it around. You're focusing on your journey. You was going to be the conqueror right here. You was going to ride there to that court because it said court was in session, right? You did control the outcome. This card said you don't, but you did control the outcome because if you sit and lied and didn't tell the truth on the stand, you controlled that outcome. And you are a mother, right? Let's just flow. Okay, it says right here, you're going to save yourself no matter what. And you're going to save yourself by being free from Mr. Balfour if you lied on that stand. Because what's the price of your life? What was the price of your life? You felt like the price of your life was you was going to save you and not deal with him no more. Or you was going to be getting to the Milky Way with your sister over here. Right? You didn't look at what was the price of his life. You thought his life was worth zero right then. You weren't going to help save his life. It didn't matter to you. It wasn't worth nothing to you. What's the price of his life? Zero. Because he's going to need a double Jesus miracle over there. And you could control the outcome, but you didn't. Right? 16, 61, 15, 51. So we got the pill drop effect. So some kind of way he went in treatment or you went in treatment. Somebody went in treatment for a pill. Somebody. Okay. Okay. He did plenty of good, but you wasn't going to keep him up in his wrong. So we have that you felt he left you out in the cold, or he felt like you left him out in the cold. So if you got on the stand and lied, you left him out in the cold. But if you had marriage problems, in which seemed like you did some kind of way, off and on, or whatever was going on, after you was divorced or whatever, you still was half seeing each other, or whatever this stuff is, you missed each other, or whatever it was. Some kind of way he felt like you left him out in the cold, or you felt like he left you out in the cold. But you left him out in the cold if you got on the stand and lied. You did leave him out in the cold if you did that, on that stand. So the next card is the thesis. So the thesis is, if you're not in college or nothing like that, I use it for paperwork with court, cops, or hospital, or any kind of information. So we got number 401, or October the 4th, okay? So we have or January the 4th, October, January the 4th, October the 4th, April the 1st, anything like that. January 14th, or whatever this is, okay? So, General National. We got a 14 again. They back to back. We got number 14, number 41. They back to back. They back to back. 14, 1 and 4, 401. We got number 14 back to back. Or number 41. Let's just flow. Okay. Somebody wanted to extend it pillow talk. So Mr. Williams back and Mr. William wanted to extend some pillow talk with you, and that is he wanted you to be kind, or he wanted to be romantic with you. Anything like that? Or he just wanted you to care. But we have right here that you was going to seek what you was looking for. And freedom was calling, but would you answer freedom? So it's like you was answering freedom because you felt like getting away from him would be answering freedom. So God told you back then, right now, Miss Julia, get on your path. And then once you get on it, yeah, get on your path, because you wasn't on it. Got number 6. Next card is you wanted to embrace your growth. So we have right here that you was cordial, you was deep in your problems. But God said it's time for you to grow up. And you need a call this time. So if you lied and you didn't tell the truth on the stand, you need to open your mouth and talk. Gently, you want to gently close the door, bend a little and gently close the door on him, on dealing with him or anything like that. I see a judge card in my hand. I don't know when it's going to come out though. Here it is, the angel. So the angel peeping through. So you are the angel, because your earth angel, Miss Hudson, is an earth angel, both of you people. But you on the wrong, you're not on your path. You on the wrong path, both of you. Right? So let's just flow. So we have, do you believe in God? Here's God. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in me? Do you believe in God? Because you on the wrong path. Both of you. God said, do you believe in God? Do you believe, really believe what you hear as far as God? Right? Because God said it was unjust what was done to Mr. William. There's a court card right here. It was unjust. And it was unjust what was done to Miss Hudson's family. But God's talking about Mr. William right now, because I'm dealing with Mr. William and his ex-wife. Okay, that's what I'm focusing on. We got number 103, number 301, October the 3rd, or whatever it says. God says, you felt you did well. So if you decide you're going to close the door on Mr. William and let him go to jail for something he didn't do, even though it was unjust, and you felt like, well done, because you ain't had to deal with him no more, he is going to reside in front of a judge where he is going to be tensed up. Or you're going to reside in front of one, or you did reside in front of one back then. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Refuse to stay in a puddle, God says, because it's going to keep you wet. God said the universe is driven to guide you to your path, but will you go to your path? Because you're not on your path. As long as you're not telling the truth, you're not on your path. You're not on it. You might think you're on it, but you're not. You're not on your path if you did somebody wrong and you won't acknowledge it and correct it. You're not on your path. And God said up here, you got to get on your path. God has said it more than one time. Get on your path. Okay? Being different means you stand out. God said you're adorable. Next one is, you had to start to live, you was going to start to live your life again. If you wasn't, your loved one would not want you to press. So I'm going to turn it around. No, I'm going to leave it like that. You was going to start to live your life again, because your loved ones that died wouldn't want you to press. So, some kind of way, breathing in the masses, you might have been passing by, or Mr. William might have been passing by a lot of people. If you was in a courtroom, if you was outside in a car, or whatever this is, drinking some kind of juice or water, or some kind of beverage. So, it just seemed like to me you had relationship problems some kind of way with Mr. William. Even though you was divorced or whatever, some kind of way he still liked you, you still liked him, or whatever's going on here. I really don't see where he beat you up bad or no kind of stuff like that. I don't see that in the storyline at all. I don't see nothing like that. Something might have happened on a weekend some kind of way. You might have saw him with somebody, he saw you with somebody, or anything like that, or anything negative like that where, you know, you with another person or whatever. But other than that, I don't really see a whole lot of stuff that's So this is as far as the sister. So let's go to Miss Hudson again. Okay, universe, you know all about it. Miss Hudson. I suppose we're going upstairs, right? And I don't know if I'm going all the way upstairs. Just bear with me. I'm going to get up for a minute though. Okay, let's see. Just bear with me. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's just see for Miss Hudson universe. So this gonna be for Miss Hudson. So I need to mix all these cards up again. Oh shucks. Oh no, I got them. I got them separate. Let me just leave them over there and just do it like this. Okay, this is for Miss Julia Hudson, right? The ex-wife of Mr. Balfour, right? So far I don't see in here where he murdered your family. It don't really look like I don't see that really. So seemed like you was mad with him some kind of way, or you figured you can get rid of him or stick it to him good or have control or whatever, and you just went on along with it. And he got blamed. That's what it looks like. But God says that is unjust, and it's time for you to call. It's time for you to grow up and call and right your wrongs. Because Mr. William is in the jail. God talking to you. You need to right your wrongs because it was unjust. This is the Bracelet One Healer Tarot 9 here on YouTube. This is for entertainment purposes only. To those who deem it as such, you don't have to take nothing as fact that you heard me say. Any card you heard me say. It don't mean that it's right, but I get all of my cards from God. And if God said it's right, I believe everything God said. But you don't have to take anything as fact. Okay, but I just did. Okay? This is for entertainment purposes only. This is the Bracelet One Healer Tarot 9 here on YouTube. Peace.